Deep beneath the warm Pacific Ocean lies a freezing, dark world. This place is so hard to explore that we know very little about it. Scientists once believed nothing could live there. The extreme conditions would destroy living cells, crush bones, and kill anything instantly. But over 6 decades ago, explorers discovered something incredible, a living creature at the ocean's deepest point. This was the first proof that life existed down there. But the mystery deepened. These creatures didn't just survive, they had evolved to survive in this extreme environment and couldn't live anywhere else on the planet. These bizarre organisms have developed unique ways to survive in conditions we're still trying to understand. And sometimes their bodies wash ashore. When they're brought out of their deep water home, the pressure change warps their bodies or destroys them completely. The enormous stretches of the deep ocean floor remain Earth's final unexplored territory, full of secrets yet to be revealed. In this video, we're diving into the deepest place on our planet, the Mariana Trench. Our research started in the mid-1870s when the British ship HMS Challenger was finishing up a groundbreaking expedition. Their method was simple but exhausting, dropping a heavy lead weight until it hit the bottom, then hauling up meter after meter of soaking wet, freezing rope. What they found was mostly the same, a flat, featureless seabed covered in mud and sediment, roughly 3 to 4 kilometers below the waves. But then, isolated in the vast Pacific Ocean about 2,000 kilometers east of the Philippines, they prepared for what seemed like just another routine measurement. This time, something different happened. The weight didn't hit bottom at 3 kilometers, not at 4, not even at 5. It just kept dropping. They added more rope, still descending. Finally, the weight reached the bottom, more than 10 kilometers down. This discovery became known as the Mariana Trench, the deepest point on Earth's surface, a spot that measures 11 kilometers down. To put that in perspective, if you dropped Mount Everest into this abyss, it would vanish completely and keep sinking another 2 kilometers below the surface. The Mariana Trench is enormous, a massive crescent-shaped canyon stretching 2,000 kilometers across the ocean floor and nearly 70 kilometers across at its widest point.
We want to explore what it's like to descend into the trench itself, dipping thousands of meters into the ocean, and then attempt the most extreme dive possible into the deepest point of all. Reaching the bottom of the Mariana Trench requires extraordinary equipment. Remarkably, 2 individuals accomplished this incredible journey over 6 decades ago. Don Walsh, a U.S. Navy officer, and Jacques Piccard, a Swiss oceanographer, made the dangerous descent in the Trieste, a small bathyscaphe consisting of an extremely sturdy pressure capsule shaped like a sphere. Their landing had kicked up sediment from the seafloor, so initially they couldn't see anything at all. But incredibly, they did see life. They spotted what they thought was a flatfish gliding across the sediment surface. Scientists now believe this was likely a sea cucumber, one of the rare species confirmed to survive at this extreme depth.
As you descend beneath the surface, the first thing that strikes you is the calm and quietness. We're now in the epipelagic zone, the surface layer that makes up only about 2 to 3% of the ocean's total volume. Here, there's sufficient light to drive photosynthesis, the vital process that breaks down carbon dioxide into carbon, which builds all living organisms on our planet, and oxygen. The phytoplankton in this zone generate half of the oxygen we breathe. This is where the ocean's food web begins. The phytoplankton, including organisms like diatoms and photosynthetic bacteria, are consumed by zooplankton,
microscopic creatures drifting in the warm upper waters. These tiny organisms become food for larger animals, including fish, jellyfish, and even massive whales. Bigger fish prey on smaller fish. Sharks hunt the larger fish. Water absorbs light, and as we descend deeper, the surrounding water quickly becomes darker and shifts to deeper shades of blue. Beyond that, we enter the Twilight Zone, also known as the mesopelagic or dysphotic zone. Light still penetrates here, but it's insufficient to support photosynthesis. The water temperature has already dropped noticeably. As the light continues to diminish, we begin seeing the first flickers of bioluminescence, light generated by marine organisms adapted to these darker conditions. This region of the ocean is teeming with life. Scientists estimate that the total biomass of fish in the Twilight Zone may equal that of all other ocean zones combined. The bristlemouth, a small fish with sharp, spiny teeth, measures only about 7 or 8 centimeters in length, but what it lacks in size, it compensates for in sheer numbers. As we continue downward, the last faint traces of blue light from the surface vanish entirely, and the water becomes pitch black. Well, perhaps not entirely, because at these depths, bioluminescence truly dominates. This eerie and alien-looking light, predominantly blue since that color penetrates deeper through water. It serves various purposes. Some species use it to locate mates, while others use it for hunting and killing. We're now 1 kilometer down in the eternal darkness of the bathypelagic zone, also called the midnight zone. This realm covers more than half of Earth's surface, yet we still understand something little about it. The temperature holds steady at around 4 degrees Celsius, and the pressure from the mass of water above us is already reaching dangerous levels. As a surface-dwelling species, we tend to view life here quite negatively. But it's crucial to remember that for everything inhabiting these depths, this environment is perfectly normal. These organisms have evolved to thrive in this cold, dark water and under this immense pressure. Our camera lights illuminate what looks almost like a snowstorm of tiny organisms and drifting food particles. There's considerable activity happening here at the upper levels. As we descend even further, bizarre-looking creatures start appearing. Some possess enormous eyes, enabling them to see, though what they can actually perceive in what appears to us as total blackness. The owlfish uses the faintest light traces to hunt shrimp and jellyfish. Barrel eyes are small fish that use their unusual upward-facing eyes to hunt prey from below, capable of surviving and seeing in absolute darkness down to approximately 2,500 meters. Many creatures here use light to lure their prey. The most famous example is the anglerfish, which dangles a tiny glowing appendage as bait. The giant squid possesses the largest eyes of any creature on the planet. Only a handful of these deep-sea behemoths have ever been observed, with the biggest specimen recorded to date measuring 13 meters in length. Species tend to increase in size at greater depths, a pattern known as deep-sea giantism, and several factors explain this. The larger you are, the less likely you'll become prey for something else, and you can target bigger prey yourself. As food becomes increasingly scarce with depth, it's advantageous to be able to consume whatever appears, regardless of its size. Animals also live longer and consequently grow larger, simply because the probability of encountering a predator decreases. The pelican eel represents a truly extraordinary deep-sea creature with enormous jaws and an expandable stomach, capable of engulfing prey larger than its own body. The Hadal Zone. This realm is not only dark and under tremendous pressure, but also maintains temperatures perpetually near freezing. Even the shallower sections of the Mariana Trench lie 8 kilometers below the surface. The seafloor here is blanketed in fine sediment, easily redistributed by water movements, and constantly turned over by scavenging organisms searching for sustenance. Life is more abundant here than in the open water section above. Here we also encounter Mariana snailfish and cusk eels, the deepest dwelling fish species currently documented on Earth. The word documented is crucial in that statement because there's so much about these deepest ocean regions that remains unknown.